This is the Cutting Edge on RFM on next Wednesday. Hey, we're there again. Yeah, man, we're there again. Why you up to honorable? Why you up to honorable? Why you up all the people them in a Ghana, Kennyland, the brethren who will have him on the program, yeah, when the Ebola thing did a leak, and a whole parties to say them now go Africa because them get nervous. And the brethren, they're on the radio, we talk about it still. But, him keep a show last night with me in one place in Accra there, and I tell you, anyway, the tune where we start play a while ago, him sing that tune there, and then when I met the people them sing the same tune, because I remember that tune from a long time. So we want to play this tune again, you know, because it's a very interesting and important song, especially at this time, yeah. So we want to play that one for all the one them who, me don't know. But I tell you, say, more people are to cut it outside of Jamaica than inside of Jamaica. And this tune, yeah, we're going to play it again for all the ones them who did come to see me a rebel last night. Last night, why am I get disoriented? No, I don't remember for last night, or when? Or yesterday? Or tomorrow? Or I go down tomorrow. I go down tomorrow with the day, you know. We don't know. Anyway, we're going to play it again. I know why I'm playing that tune for the Prime Minister of England too. Yes. Some want to remind the people them at Jamaica, say, about a month ago, the Minister of National Security, the divine one, the one who is searching for divine intervention, Peter Bunting, came out and said that they are planning to spend $10 billion in 5 years to rehabilitate the prisons, to build new prisons because the two prisons them out of date. I want if the people remember that. I want if the people remember, say, nearly a month ago, our National Security Minister said they are going to build a new prison that is going to cost about 10 billion Jamaican dollars. I wonder if you remember that. Then wait, them I ask you a question now. It look, you find it strange that this man here come say, he may go help them build prison. Them things they don't talk about long time. That's why I say me can't take politician. That the man there, the Prime Minister of England, come here and say him going to give how much £1 million. And you him say to know, you them say no, it's a gift. And we don't know. Them people are all right. £25 million. My brain just worked it out a while ago. Him say 4 billion. 375 million Jamaican dollar. All right. You think, say, them never did talk about that long time? You think, say, Bunting just come up and say that? So, and then 1 month after, maybe less than 1 month after, the Prime Minister come say that, them done work that out already. Them work that out already. So, Jamaican people shouldn't be surprised to hear that a man from a first world country come tell a little third world country country say, look here, we're going to some money to build prison, you know, because it will alleviate certain crime. How prison are going to alleviate crime? How prison are going to alleviate crime? How would I tell them fools this day? How prison going to alleviate crime? They are having a problem in England with prisoners, and it is costing. And I don't have to read nothing for say where I go say so. All I hear say 25 million, and man just come show me the paper say 25 million prison gift. All them is doing is trying to alleviate the problem in England with the amount of money that is costing them to provide for prisoners in England. Because them have a, what them call a treaty where them say, try and let prison know them will send you come over here. So the government of Jamaica is doing nothing for the citizens of Jamaica who find themselves in problems. As a matter of fact, them just sign another paper for say, anyhow you ever get caught in the waters with anything, them going to disclaim it sound like Mission Impossible. If you are caught, we will deny knowing you. You think say America are going to deny them citizen anything at all? For you that citizen of America, you could have been Chinese American, Indian American, Black American, White American. Them now left you to no other country. But the Prime Minister of England come here now and say him go help uno build prison. That's him not have to all Jamaican criminals in a film prison again to make it cast them. So them go just send them come down here. You think them people is easy? That is a gift. A prison is we are getting a gift of a prison. No, something must be wrong with my head. You don't see nothing wrong with that. Jamaican people, you don't see nothing wrong with that. Say a man who for him, not when I say ancestors need either, because there are some people where some of them could have never dead yet, who did involve in some serious atrocities against black people. Come in at Jamaica, come tell we say, he might help with prison because it has caused them too much over there, so. I don't say him nothing look out for 15 country, you know. But we just suck it because we don't know, so him going to do that. Not we, but the government of Jamaica, they don't know, so the man they going to come here, come do that. So what I'm saying now is just to make the press here, but them don't sit down in them little dark shadows and work out them things already. That's why Bulding could have talked about them, how much they going to build prison. So you try to tell me it's a coincidence? Can somebody really look in my eye and tell me, say, no, when Bulding said that, it never have nothing to do with Cameron. Because you must remember, you know, that Bulding said that quite a few weeks ago. And Cameron just said this time. We didn't know that he would come here and give a prisoner as a gift. What kind of foolish gift that? You give a man prisoner's gift? And we don't have to say to Bulding, why you don't take the money and rehabilitate the prisoner? Just as him say that, you know, we get a chance to go into the prison, you know. And I can't do what we say, and I can't do what Bulding say. Bulding say that the majority of prisoners in prison in Jamaica is not hardened criminals. What that is saying is one man upon death row. One man upon death row in a Spanish Town District prison. One man upon death row. 1,000 odd prisoners in a Spanish Town prison, and a one man upon death row. And Bulding, half him own word say, the majority of prisoners in prison is not hardcore people. So where the rehabilitation, we have to step up. Because when I tell them, say, no, rehabilitation now go on in there, because we see rehabilitation now go on in there, but why you don't step up the rehabilitation? Step up the rehabilitation. Building a prison maybe can be rehabilitation, but really and truly the rehabilitation is going on now. That need, according to where we go find out, say, rehabilitation are going. So if rehabilitation are going in a prison, where it's hundreds a year old, step up the rehabilitation with the people them, that the people them can rehabilitate them thinking and them mind and them consciousness. And now you have a man that come along and so come and tell you, say, he will give you gift. Gift? Rated. You're going to give the man, you're going to give a country a gift of a prison. 25 million pounds. And them feel good about it too, you know. These government people, them feel good about it. Them say, yes, it's that they don't know. You see them go like them surprised. Them not surprised, you know. Them just go on like it's a trick. It's a trick. Them are go on like them surprised. Them don't surprise because them don't work at all already. I just know we are hear that. I just know we are here that, you know, but that don't work out with them already. That's why Bunting could have come already and said that. Like say, boy, right now, yeah, you know, we're going to build prison. We're going to rehabilitate the prison. We're going to set up a prison now where. Then you remember, say them turn a craft place. Where did I produce authentic Jamaican craft work? And them turn it in a holding area. I tell you. And you know the weirdest thing? That place was not meant to be a prison, you know. It's a remand center. It's not a prison, you know. But guess what? Them turn it in a prison now because I hold a prisoner in there. That's the problem now. I hold a prisoner in there. You know, see it? So they have so much prison now. Why you need that? You know, just turn the remand center in a prison. Rehabilitate the remand center and make it a prison. Since it don't start to be a prison already. A remand center not supposed to be a prison, but it become a prisoner now. Because you have too much. I think the prisoner I think the prison was meant to hold like 800 people. And now them gone over 1,000. So each of them have 200 people when they're supposed to be there. It's about 400 people. And them have the remand center, you know, a ton in our prison too. You have prisoners who is found guilty in the remand center. And then you have Tamarind Farm prison. No, that's a serious thing. How will we come to grips with this? Because you know, we could have talked till I get bloody. And we could have make tears come a little more. Them nah listen to the people them. And that make it get wicked. Because you push a dog around for so long, you know. One day the dog will turn and bite, you know. You think dog know say when they might get treated good or when they might get treated bad? If you kick up the dog and one day kick up the dog and say, all right, go on, you kick me all the way, I go and bite you and just give you rabies. Well, I'm going to tell you something now. Politician in Jamaica. Today is the 30th of the 9th, 2015. This is not the views of IRFM. And Mutabaruka said that. Fire their must steal. Him think a cool breeze. And every day you carry bucket go well. One day the bucket bottom must drop out. So you fool some people sometime, but you can't fool the people all the time. And one day, very, very soon, because right now Jamaica they on a powder keg and the fuse light, but I just threw the fuse long. Why it not explode yet? And then I push the people them too hard. One president come here so. And him a tell you, say, no, boy, right now, you're not doing enough for the gay community. Because them make same-sex marriage all right over there, so. No one next president a come and say, him want to help with the crime in Jamaica by building prison. What kind of madness that? And who him a tell that? Oh, you can go build prison and help crime. You build in prison because you expect to have more criminals. Because in America, that's what's happening. Them franchise out prisons in America. That the people them who have the prisoner complain, so them a lose money off of the prison them. So if the people them a lose money off of the prison, why them a lose money off of the prison them? Because there's not enough people in the prison when them did, so them have to go create criminal for putting in the prison that the man them who own the prison can make money. In Jamaica right now, we have criminals like worries. But guess what? Prison now will stop people from becoming prisoner, from become criminal. You have to rehabilitate, you have to watch a man. Where is it? All right, cutting edge. We come right now, slam bam. You know, so when I read the newspaper, they're up saying about we never read this about the 25 million gift of the thing. I don't want to talk about tonight though, or that just reach me. Anyway, me could hear what this all I say. Yes. Yes.
Blessed love.
Yeah, blessed man.
Africa love.
Blessed.
You said, well,
long time I don't hear you, man.
Yeah, but me I tell you, I say, Simuta, you raise a king, you know, where, you know, my heart bleed for no say, them people there, I come with a strategy for the Jamaican people again, you know. And the Jamaican people, them sit down in a them luxury, who have luxury, and allowing some liquor people. Look, Muta, I want serious thing, you know. Because after them build up all in prison, you know, say a taxpayer will feel it.
Hey, brethren, I can tell you something, man. The government of Jamaica and the government of England and the government of America signing deal behind the Jamaican people them back because the American government, the Canadian government, and the English government don't want to take responsibility for a whole heap of the criminal with them created in them country who did ban from Jamaican parents.
Most I'm tell you this long time, from 1962 we now the government in Jamaica, 2 party we have.
Yes. And the party there no music now play there, yeah.
But 2 party, one name GLP and one name PNP.
And them a key party and no music now play the way me like neither.
Hey, hear me no Muta. Hey, you know what I say? Believe me, I tell you straight. Me I say me credit to call Jerry Small tomorrow upon a thing with him today. And Liberty Hall, you know. But you see me sit down and me and listen to the eye.
We go on to Liberty Hall.
Oh, well.
I know I'm a divert. All right, go on talk. You say you have to listen to me, yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And you see me hear the eye talk. Me heart bleed, my brother. For no say. Right? Them people there, we say them is government. Right? I rip the poor people them east, west, north, south, and central with some little talk. After we bunting him talk, what them done plan everything already, you know.
Me I tell you no man. It's like we have veal over our eye and don't realize we have got.
You say the weak light, the weak. Look, no, them can't go on. And them thing I make Paul Bogle them, you know. And Sam Sharp them. Them for know what them are doing, you know. But why I think still no Muta? We go upon the intellect part, I think now. What am to the academics who supposed to govern the people right? Cause me dunce, me a fool, me not go university. Want to them now we're up there. Say them are university people. We say them educated. What is their comment, Muta? And them want you put certain questions to, you know. Them we say them
you're presented now, you're presented to them, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Them in the conspiracy too, you know.
Yeah, well, the same indoctrination them get, man.
Right.
Same
you understand me? Yeah. I'm out of me, I tell you, I say, see the eye. You know Africa love, you know, hey, Rastafari, hey, me I get mad, you know. Watch you know. Tell them up the same for know what them are doing, you know.
Well, like that, you did that do a while ago.
Them for know what them are doing. I'm going to make them know so them are picnic too, you know.
Yeah.
And them for know what them are doing, you know. A serious thing, you know. You know, sir, me not going on politics. You know, sir, one time, you know, they put that thing out to Mike Henry and Bruce Golden. I know, you know, Mike Henry and Bruce Golden, them not want no more prison in Jamaica, you know. No, the 2 prisons where they are Jamaica, the Skull and them bill them, you know.
No, I know 2 prisons that they are Jamaica, you know, brethren. I know 2 prisons there.
Well, me I talk the General Penitentiary.
And Spanish Town. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the same English. Where the boy,
yeah, man, I them same billet, man. I them same.
Billet, you know.
Yeah, them billet, yeah.
I them billet. Jamaica government, Jamaica party, them come inherit it. So any improvement to go on, you see, I them to come improve that, you know.
The only improvement we can go on to a prison is to rehabilitate the prisoners. That's the only rehabilitation can go on. There's nothing you can do to a prison other than rehabilitate the prisoners. In their own language, them say the majority of prisoners in prison is not hardcore criminals.
Listen, the most of the people in our prison innocent, you know. The most of who they are prison innocent. Because them don't know if to deal with the judicial system. Where the said system set up to soak them up, you know.
Yeah, that go on too.
Right.
Yeah.
Me can tell you this, the majority of them where they are prison innocent. And the majority of crime of them do it. The two party do it.
And cause it.
And cause it.
And I want to tell you something too. You see the majority of youth with them send down back here from America, most of them youth there, them don't know Jamaica. So everything where them learn and everything where them do come from them experience in America. And you see when them ready, if them send down back them prisoners down at Jamaica, yeah, it's like you send Viper upon we down here, you know.
Watch out.
Them so-called deportee people, they not some Viper, you send come back down at Jamaica, yeah, you know.
Remember now, you know, Jamaica now no money for deal with no deportee, you know, we're used to them luxury, you know. And them thing, you know. So, you understand where I go on?
Man, I understand where I go on, man.
You understand where I go on? No, Muta, sometime, you know, some man utter some sound, you know. And me I say, yo, it's a Muta. Muta my little brethren, you know. Okay. Yeah. Muta is a man like me, you know, because we're not afraid to talk, you know, because we sacrifice our life for righteousness. I hear me now, Muta, I mean, I tell you this. But when you talk to some people up at you there, Perkins is called to an intellectual ghetto. And him no wrong, you know. Because I prove that every day. So the academics in Jamaica, who say them is intellect, whether them a professor, or them a, well, say them want to be, because them categorize themselves. A harm's house them a deal with. And them for know that say, oh, if I even want to, we know, say, them guilty. Them guilty. All we are going more than the man who in a captive. Because them help put innocent people picnic a prison. Because them not set up nowhere. We don't have a youth who they even know if to talk to a police to explain himself and defend him right.
They don't so them talk to the Tivoli gang people there, man.
Hey, so them are doing a Tivoli there?
Yeah,
eh?
Yeah.
All right. You're not some brethren.
We have to move though.
Go and do the high work.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, brethren.
And talk loud. Hey, what we say for though?
Talk loud.
Righteousness. I'm going to protect the eye.
All right, sir. Give thanks.
Loud.
Yeah, man.
Me, Ras in Africa lover, said that. I'm not afraid of none of them.
And the government still gonna make some little schemish, devious little deal with these whole slave people picnic, colonial picnic, the slave master picnic. They must still gonna make deal with the slave master picnic. So what am I saying now? A reparation money that you might give now. $25 million worth of reparation money. But we are ball for because they might give you prison. You know, so how much airport, man, Tony Rebel go through a while ago? A 4 airport will go through. You know, so how much airport, man, Tony Rebel go through a while ago? A 4 airport will go through, and me sit down in one of the airport, them, and I say, Chow, make me connect me things from where I go on Jamaica, yeah. And we are Tony Rebel sit down there, and I discuss, I didn't miss the flight, you know, because we are say, Rebel, you know, you're the man that give a gift. Oh, that's a gift. What was the gift we ever give it? A prison. 25 million pounds. That's a 4 billion. According to where my brethren work it out, $4,275 million. That could have take out more than half of the people that were in a prison right now. Yeah, man. That the money there could have cleared the whole the 2 prison them plus the remand center plus Tamarind Farm. Could have cleared out the prison. Look how much little picnic now them have to send go under the care of the state. A prison that too, you know. A prison that too. And no prison Jamaica have, you know. We call it remand center, that's a good name, it remand you. And you call it the children under the care of the state. A prison that too, you know. So there are not 2 prisons, not 3 prisons there in Jamaica, and no prison there in Jamaica. Can somebody tell me how prison going to help prevent crime in Jamaica? This is to satisfy the colonial masters' appetite to say that they are doing something that they first originally created. And them don't sorry for the biggest atrocity that ever take place by human against human beings. The chattel slavery that existed, especially with England. In England built off of the blood, sweat, and tears of African people. And no reparation was paid for all of those years of blood, sweat, and tears. And you left the people them domiciled on these farmer slave plantation island to fend for themselves. We never have a good start. And we mess up too. And one of the things them what we mess up with is that we keep looking upon them for save way. Instead of we do for ourselves, we're trying to make them do for we. And all them is doing is to maintain power. The greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. I have Jamaican people, when them hear all them things, them wonder, when people like all Muta, what them a fight about? What them a talk about? You know, say the man a good man. You know, say the man, you know, say a Portia just hug him up, so. Then if Portia hug him up, him the most good. You think them easy? If Portia hug him up, him most good, you know, because Portia not hug up bad people. What a terrible thing. So what to the reparation now? What to the reparation where we are talking about now? Because you have Jamaican people who fight against that too, you know. You have people say, we don't want to do. We want to get the money, we want to go do with it. They go, hey, we don't live on too much past. We don't live on too much past. Live on too much past? Hitler, it has been said, killed 6 million Jews. And the survivors of the Nazi and the Strike Party and all this party, the people them who was responsible for that atrocity is still being hounded, no matter which part of the world them there and tried. There's no limitation upon crime against humanity. After you kill millions of people, cross the Atlantic Ocean and come here to come kill millions again. in the colonies. When the Queen come tell you, say, well, in those days it was legal. The Queen said in those days it was legal. So, it don't have nothing to do with she. It don't have nothing to do with she, you know. But it's not she we are blamed for it. It's a system that built up half of that madness. Liverpool, London, all of them places, Bristol, it was built half of the blood, sweat and tears of black people. So it's not something we just say, boy, right now, we want black people want help. And we are look help and out with help from white people. No, that is not it. That is not it. That is not it. And for all people who read Bible, go into the Bible and read. If you don't see reparations appear all the while in the Bible, and how God treat the people them who claim say is enemies of Israel. Or him just wipe them out and send him army go kill off all the baby them. When Jesus say, sell your garments and turn it in a sword and go buy sword. It's a terrible thing. You know, I just tell my lady a while ago, say, the last words Marcus gave the utter when he left Jamaica, when the reporter them asked him about Jamaica, him say, Jamaica is a ridiculous place. The first national hero, and him way to England, said Jamaica is a ridiculous place. Because after him struggle so, and defend the thing so, it's like him lick up on a brick wall. And you have black people now who govern the country, who you think say, when you hear the Prime Minister talk about, she have the spirit of Nani and the spirit of this and the spirit of that. And you are going to sign deal behind the Jamaican people them back. Transfer deal. Because England has said it cost them too much. It cost them too much, you know. America, it cost America a whole heap. And right now, I tell all the one them who go to America, you know, don't even broke a stoplight when you go to America, you know. Don't even broke a stoplight. Because if you broke a stoplight, a criminal record, them send you go back here, so you know. And you can't go back there. And you have a whole heap of people who end up over there and told that, you know, you have a whole heap of Jamaicans who was deported and is now in England, in America as citizens. Then you're Trump at talk about. You know, you're a Trump to deal with. Trump said, look, man, we have to get out all of these people because it's them corrupted America. You hear what I say? Him say them are corrupt America, you know. America one of the biggest corrupted countries on earth. Man, I run for election that talk about immigrants, migrants are coming in country to corrupt it. And if him turn president, he going to make sure say them leave. And then him say, I know you have good ones, you know. You have good ones. It's like a white man I tell you say, well, a white woman I tell you say, but I have black friends too. It's like, wow, you know, oh really? You have black friends too. These roast bread food people don't have so. We are around the country. Them blind. Them only talk. Because we will know that Marcus Garvey, Paul Bogle, Sam Sharp, and many, many more we can call them name, did fight and struggle for the liberation of African people to be independent of the colonial masters. And the colonial master gave us something where them call independence. And we suck it in. That's why every August the 6th, you see we gather up in a stadium, 30,000 strong, spending millions of poor people money. If we go celebrate something that the slave master give you and say, see that you're independent, go and go run up and down, go jump and dance and give thanks that we're independent. And when you look at the country itself, all they're building is prisons, and closing down the schools. I tell you, our school closed down, and how much prison go and go build, and then rehabilitate the prison. Why they can't rehabilitate school? You know, so the teacher them a ball out. You know, so the teacher them a ball out, and then make the teacher them agree with some little subsistence money. Because that is the way of the work, that is the way it go, because you know, if you don't take more of the money, we now go past the IMF test that our private sector can get more money and more profit. Because that is what it is all about. The IMF test is only working for the private sector to get more profit. Look on them, when you hear them talk about how much billion of dollars the first quarter, the second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, and you hear how much billions of dollars one company are making, you say, but wait, how them people that make so much money in Jamaica and the people them so poor? How them big private sector they make so much money and the people them so poor? And you hear a talk about say, how much jobs, when me I left from here, them a say, well, them give almost thousands of jobs, and that is what them call Jeep. Somebody can give a job will last for 6 weeks and say a job him give you. No, really. Job is somewhere you get to sustain your family and your friend, them not for those 6 weeks or 4 weeks and chop like a bush on the roadside. And when you chop the bush on the roadside, what happen now? When you don't chop the bush, what you do? You get a little pay and you're done now. You go up on the road again and look more job. You have to have sustaining of jobs. 25 million pound can put no, hey, a wicked them wicked. A wicked them wicked, Rasta. Wicked them wicked. Uno leaders aside with the colonial masters, them for oppress on more and more and more and more. If you don't see that, me don't know what we can do. What we can do about it. We are telling on in a year, on a list, but in a year. What can we do about it when you have some people in a slavery? Slavery them in a, and loving it. It's like a man push your mouth in some filth and tell you say, you know, say, Irish potato and red peas and all them things, they make it up. You start feel like you eat something. Eh? Him started said, no. If you do it look like filth, you know, but you must understand what make up filth. Irish potato, you know, scallion and thyme and pepper and, you know, until you know, so you can't afford supermarket and you can't afford to go to restaurant. If your mouth in it, you might get a taste of what it is like. I saw them of the people them. So Paul Bogle march from Morant Bay to Spanish Town for gross grievance. Sam Sharp. I want to tell you, Sam Sharp was about, I stand to be corrected, Sam Sharp was about in the late 20s, early 30s, Because sometimes you hear about the man if he's an old man, Sam Sharp was about 20-year-old, early 30s. And an old man like me. And the man, they say, they might prefer dead than living in slavery. If something is not worth dying for, it is not worth living for. If something is not worth dying for, it is not worth living for. And nobody now take that commitment there right now because them pacify we. That means if we start to boil up, them just say, go on to church. And then the church just pacify we more. And we could just fall in line. And that's how it going on. Them build up them institutions for what? Pacify way. Fall in line with everything when them are going with. That terrible, terrible set of people then. I also read a little letter a while ago, somebody write to the newspaper. They must say, Cameron, England don't pay away reparation already because them give away cheap loans. When them say, them give away cheap loans, build roads, schools, etc. Yeah. That's what I show you say. Look here how we attack us so. You have some little niggas out there where them not even see no logic in what we are saying. Appear foolishness we attack because you're the stupid idiot. I say no. So them don't pay reparations already. Them don't even understand. They don't even understand the thing. What is the argument? When did England pay reparations? But I tell you something. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to keep repeating again. When slavery was about to be abolished, the slave master who owned the plantation them was given 20 million pounds. And them did the 20 million pounds more than we are talking about 4 billion. I don't know. The slave masters was given 20 million pounds for loss of slave labor. Because they know them not, because them abolish the slavery now, they need to be compensated. They need to be compensated for the loss. So they were given 20 million pounds. You hear me I say? All right. In America, the slaves were promised 40 acres and a mule. In America, the slaves were promised 40 acres and a mule. But let me tell you something. It is a historical fact that the plantation owners, the slave owners, got them 20 million pounds. But show me where in a history show we say the slave them did get 40 acres and a mule to start them life again. Show me in a history where France pay reparation to 80 and all the idiot people them we are talking about them give reparation already. The Asian people, it was demanded of them to pay reparation to France. I wonder if you hear me I say, because it's a story we talk over and over and over and over. I have to repeat it because it's like a brick wall we are talking about. The Asian people, after the French them lose out by 80, the Asian people started to pay reparation to France for loss. Losses occurred on the revolution. That them never know control 80 anymore. That is what you call reparation. Reparation, that is what you call it. When Aristide come and say, uno suppose to pay we reparation, or we come up here on reparation, and now we colonize, now we colonize we. Aristide have to get up out of country and run, come to Jamaica, and end up at South Africa. You don't remember that? You don't remember that? That the man run, left him country, because him say that Russia, not Russia, I say Russia, France cannot come to grips with how the man come and talk about. This is what impoverished. This is part of the, apart from the corruption, this is part of the problem. Because sometimes, we look at a corrupt leader and don't recognize a corrupt leader sometimes come from the original corruption we are going by the colonial master them, depriving the people them of certain things. And when I take off a corrupt leader, because we have enough corrupt leader here, so. But what we are saying is that it's a normal thing. A normal thing that when you do something against somebody, I want to tell you too. You know, in Africa, a whole heap of reparation have to pay out, you know, not in terms of money, but in terms of cattle and land and all these things, you know. Yes, when you lose certain things, the man have to come and give you some cattle and some land and all them things there to compensate you for losses. So reparation is not begging. You know, beg a man nothing. And as a government to government, if you go for a loan and him give you a low interest rate, because him is what you call first world, that is not reparation. Because I never give you it in lieu of him talking about, all right, since we did do that to you, this is what we will give you. We will give you $1 billion to make a highway. Him never say, the reason why we are give you that is because of what we do to you over the past 200, 300, 400 years. Reparation is when you admit that something did go wrong and then you try to repair it by doing something. Nobody did come to the government of Jamaica and say, look here, you know, so we're doing something wrong over the past 400 years. You know what we're going to do? We're going to build up 100 school for now as part of that reparation. That we can move forward. Nobody said that. That is part of what we call now government policies to other governments. Them give aid. But you know something about aid too? Aid is where poor people from rich country get to rich people from poor country. I wonder if you hear me I say. When you talk about aid now, aid is where poor people in a rich country get to rich people in a poor country. So when a man say, I give you aid, it don't mean say a reparation him I give you. He have to tell you, say, me did do something in a history because you feel in a certain condition now. So you me going to do now. Me going to help you to that condition by do that because of what me put you in. That's a reparation. Because you see your black people in Jamaica say, then IMF now help Jamaica, then a reparation that. You know, say white people are help you, a reparation that, you know, IMF money. And some really hard-soul they bought the place, you know. Really and truly. Reparation. I bet you going to hear some old nigga ball out there, so say, then you know what IMF is helping with, we pass the test. That is reparation. You shall want more reparation than that. Well, I don't know. Me don't know at all. That's why you have some things where people just come up with, you know. And you all of a sudden you see them are terrorists, you know. Because when you look at the situation where you get thrown down in there, you have to look at it and you say, but wait. Oh, we are going on in this thing here. And we are trying to come out. And we are doing best to come out, we can't come out. And we start to look on the beginning of the trying to come out and realize, but sometimes why we're in the hole is not necessarily of our own doing. But it's because we never, watch out, Indian in Jamaica never start out like we. Chinese people in Jamaica never start out like African people. So when a man say, then look how the Chinese them, you hear them a cry, all the Indians cry. Chinese never come here as a slave. Chinese did not come to Jamaica as no slave. Indian did not come here as no slave. Black people have to pressure themselves and pressure themselves to come out of the slavery, out of the band. But the same black people them, who Marcus Garvey fight for, who Paul Bogle fight for, who Sam Sharp fight for, who Nanny fight for, the same black people side with the white people them for keep down black people. How is that possible? How is that possible that me attack us or no? I have black people out there so I listen and said, damn fool boy. Eh? Yeah, man. You have people out there say, let them come up with all them foolishness all the while, but why don't they move on? That's the word now, you know. If I start mentioning reparation, them say, look here now, that is of the past. Move on. They don't move on, we are move on. And move on, we are move on. But you know, I just have 2 words, you know, and say, look here. We will forgive, but we will never forget. I just say that, you know, about Italian invasion. We will forgive, but we will never forget. And it's move, we are move on, you know. It's move, we are move on. But you see them put certain obstacle in our way from them time there, you know, where it don't look like it's obstacle, because somewhere along the line we feel it a help way. Like how them build up IMF now, and we our little idiot leaders, them are go to IMF and I feel say, boy, because we pause this, just wait man, you're going to see things get better. IMF nah get Jamaica better. IMF not going to make the people of Jamaica better. Me not ask for body that. IMF not going to make normal Jamaican people life better. The IMF is there to help private sector to make more profit off of the backs of poor people. And that me I say, I'm going to repeat it over and over and over. The IMF is there to help private sector to make more profit off of the backs of black people in Jamaica. It not going to help you at all. So you go and listen to them people that say about, well, you know, we've passed 4 or 5 tests and this and that, and you see, this and that. Tell me, look on the streets in Kingston. Look on the streets of Kingston. Look on the streets of Ocho Rios and tell me if black people life look much better than when now with the IMF test. Look on it now. But about the whole hard man, things will get better, things will get better. You know that they put a carrot in front of the dog, I mean the dog run on the carrot and I move the carrot. The more you need to catch the carrot, the more the carrot I move, and that them do with black people in Jamaica. They put carrot in front of black people, I expect you to catch it. And them move it. It's like you run a race 100 meters, and every time you think you nearly reach, them do some little electronic thing and move the line. Hey, Brian. And 100 meters you run it now. But it's when you know that you reach 100 meters, you open your eye. You say, wait. And don't let the line there. You keep a run. And that them do with black people. And that them do with black people, them move the line continuously. And black people keep running and say, things are going to get better, man. I'm not worried. I'm going to reach a line, And they just breathe out and just drop down from heart attack. It's a wicked situation. Click it. Yes. This is the cutting edge. And I remember there with you again. Yes, we go for a week still. But we come forward with the far favorite continent, Africa. You understand? We're glad so we can go and come as we please. We set we life that way there. Understand? So we set we life. We can go and come as we please. When I did go to school, I never knew nobody who come from Africa. I'm going to hear about Africa, 2000 movie. And them thing there. And what you put jungle and bush. Like them I tell from Africa too, you know. Lion in a jungle and all that stuff. Lion live in a jungle. We have to repeat them things over and over. And how much years we have to repeat them things? Lion live in a jungle. White people, I tell you that. A South African make a song named Wimbawe. We never mention nothing about no lion in a jungle. And a group named the Tokens take the tune and sing it and sell millions. But in the jungle, the peaceful jungle, the lion sleep tonight. Them put them own words to it. And Tarzan have lion in a jungle. And when you go to Africa, you realize a lion don't live in a jungle. Them say the lion is the king of the jungle. A lie them a tell, no go so. But it's very hard to come out of them thinking there because white people put it in a way that we're there. And who is you for come say something else? Because black people don't have it in the middle of them, so we go on by the morning, can't go good evening. So we suck on pan it. The lion live in a jungle and that jungle. Guyana, we're in a South America, they saw. Per square mile, per capita, Guyana have more jungle than Africa. I want to hear me say. Guyana, where they in a South America, they saw, where them call Caribbean place too, have more jungle per square mile per capita than Africa, where is a continent. Me not ask nobody that, you know. Lion don't live in a jungle. So oh, we have jungle and them have forests. Them have forests, you know. Because when you say forest, it don't conjure up wild things. It conjure up like we see on the cartoon show them. Bugs Bunny and Yogi Bear and people still don't have a picnic and all them things there. But you can't have a picnic in a jungle. Man will come eat you. African people will nyam you. Maybe if we don't eat them, would have better have. You know, there's a story about the Ethiopian war because the Ethiopian them eat meat raw. Ethiopian eat raw meat. There's a story about during the Ethiopian war where when the Italians them enter the city, this was the time now when the Ethiopians they decide say they were going to start cut up the cow them and eat them. When the white people them see the Ethiopian them eat them, them things are white people them eat. And run. So the cannibal them so what them eat people. And I call the people them that eat it, they never eat it raw. But why we have to that is to say this, that our perception of Africa is so dim that we can't have even a good relationship in talking with a whole heap of Jamaican black people. Because most of we don't get an opportunity to even go to the airport. Much less. And we not read nothing. And when we see a documentary on TV, we switch the channel. Because we want to watch something else. We don't want to watch that. We want to switch the channel when Africa thing come on and say, man, switch channel. So we don't have no connection with Africa. So we keep getting the argument and the stories and the lies from the slave master who did enslave Africa in the first place, and now giving us news that has nothing. Hitler, friend. Hitler. Tell you the man left a little bit Star Trek time. All right, my friend, we don't call your name. Yeah, they have this thing that them give away. That's why I said, no good, no come out of Africa. It's like Obama is saying, can anything good come out of Trenchtown? Can anything good come out of Africa? Yes, Africa is the cradle of civilization. And you have some black people, some leaders in Africa right now. We are suck up to the colonial masters more than how the colonial masters suck up to them. When these African leaders ready, you see them Ghana, Italy, they have the most Italian tie and the Italian suit and Italian shoes and Italian women in Italy. Me not ask nobody that. You go to France and you see certain African artists that they like call Papa Wemba and Salif Keita and them things. When you're going at it and have pure leaders, you see them well suit up. The clothes of them have on, no make nothing in Africa, pure suit. Italian. I will see that I go on at Jamaica now, you know. These politicians, them love for go on like said, oh, Most of them clothes don't make a Jamaica, you know. It's not like a car where you can't say, well, we don't make car at Jamaica, so you buy any car. It's not like you don't have man who make suit at Jamaica, you know. We don't need to go buy suit, Italian suit, you know. You have tailor down here, so we have ball, you know. You have shoemaker, we have ball, you know. You have the shoemaker on Grand Spain Road, you know. We have keep that tradition there. To repair shoes and make shoes. Some of them man are Italian shoes, them are made in Italy. Just like how you say the youth them talk about Clarks. And Vibes Cartel come push the Clarks. Clarks is not wait a long time, you know, but Vibes Cartel come push the Clarks. And Vibes Cartel don't make no money off of Clarks. And when them are wear the Clarks, that's why Tamil people come say them no want to see the black people in them clothes because them demean them clothes. Because black people are suck up to them things, they are suck up, now them take liberty with me. Man buy Mercedes Benz and him put on the back Mercedes Benz. That's how weird. The sign on the front alone make you know it's a Mercedes Benz. You don't have to write Mercedes Benz on the back again. And then you have wheel on it where you spin the other way. And you have light and it look like Warhouse. With whole heap of little soft things on the back. May I tell you, all me a Mercedes Benz, me don't make no Mercedes Benz come on Jamaica. Because it make your Mercedes Benz look like Toyota Corolla. Like when the Virgin are sing about him and him Toyota Corolla. You understand? You make a top of the line car. A Mercedes Benz, top of the line car. And when black people get the car, it look like a Toyota Corolla. Maybe would have said the same thing to Rasta. Believe you be. You make my car look too cheap and too common. Can you have no... When rested for this, a booty in a Benz, it's still a booty, you know. I mean, it's weird. Because that's what's in the leadership, too. That's not the leadership of the country. You understand? A booty in a parliament is still a booty. I just saw it go. Because they must suck up to the slave master continuously, suck up to the slave master. And they make you feel to them of the people them in them heart. And when you look all over the world, you see everybody have progress. And it's like we are moved backward. And when you come to stand up for your rights now, you hear some black people that say, oh, where you talk that far? And white people, them, they are going and laugh too. Them not laugh physically, but them laugh to truth. But look how we do these people. And look how them still love we. They want to come to our country to clean our toilets, and they won't clean toilet at them yard. You go to them yard, them toilet don't clean. But when them go foreign, them clean people toilet, make it clean. We have criminals there, so. Jamaica is one of the most murderous countries on earth. You know the distance between Victoria Pier and Portland on the north of 52 miles. You drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco and it take you 8 hours. 8 hours to drive that length. You drive from downtown go to Portland. It takes you about an hour and a half to reach over there, so, if not less, with no traffic there on the road. On all that Sunday. So it's a little island, and it has the most murder as a little island in the world. And this is not the most sufferation country in the world. Because when people talk about sufferation, they must look at Haiti. Haiti has developed faster than Jamaica right now. With all the 300,000 people were dead in the earthquake. Haiti right now are move faster than Jamaica. How that possible? Ethiopia. Where anytime Rasta talk about Ethiopia, people are say, Ethiopia, you know, some people are starved by Ethiopia. Remember, no matter what people are starved by Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the fastest rising economy right now. Ethiopia, the fastest rising economy right now. How is those things possible? I am told that a man from Singapore look on Jamaica and go back to Singapore, go make Singapore one of the most progressive little country, where littler than, it could have littler than all St. Anne's there, so. Where the way them so progressive, that them have to bring in workers. You can't imagine a gardener have a gardener. Brian, you can't imagine a gardener. You employ a gardener to do your work. For garden up. But the gardener have a gardener film yard. That is Singapore for you. Singapore, you think you can spit on the road in Singapore? Not even in Singapore neither. But you have countries where you're traveling now. Where if you ever spit on the road, you get a ticket and get arrested for that. You think you can walk on the road and talk about, hold on there, taxi man, make me go wee-wee. I take out your big short thing over the car about your wee-wee. You got out of jail for that. You understand? So them allow the people them to sell on the road because them not help the people them not with no way to do nothing. And the people them decide them to turn entrepreneur for themselves. And the people them not to sell on the road. But the people them are sell on the road and then all of a sudden them get a bright idea, them go to bed one night and say, you know, to the people them have to sell on the road. And then come now tell the people them say, don't sell on the road. And the people them say, but at 38 not sell right, that's why nobody never said nothing. So all of a sudden come up now with this bright idea. Because obviously the people them love to sell on the road because them are block up the traffic. But if you make a man sell one spot for 30 years, and then one day you just get a knocking on your head from some Damascus like Paul, you get a bright light shine on your head and say, boy, go down to King Street and tell the people them sell no more upon the road. What you expect the people them to do? You expect the people them to cooperate with you just like that? Nah, man, and you don't have no balls neither. Because if you really have a ball, the people them would have stopped. But because them know say on an idiot, them just go so boom, and just get a tapal and put the thing them in the middle like tapal it, and just spread it out on the road. When a man stand up at the car, the police, the man just wrap up them things them in the tapal and just run go down the road. We can't make the little daughter, the 1 foot daughter when walk up down a Princess Street there, when the police, and she shall run go down the road with the hand cat. A 1 foot daughter, a run go down the road with the hand cat, and never forget the daughter there. We have to go down at the mayor office and say, look here, we have to get a place for the data in the market, you know. Because we see the data, they are move a man a national hero. One of the unsung heroes that the police, so boom, right down Princess Street, way down a Barry Street, 1 foot in every see the data, you know. Just imagine a 1 foot data a run with a cart, a push a cart with goods in there. Scallion and this and that and a run. 1 foot. I run from police. You know, so the thing get away. The thing get away, man. The thing get away, Rasta. And now, because them now create some little criminal over them place and can't deal with it, we go sign pack with them to say, bring home the criminals, man. Say, granddaddy give you a prison to put on. No. So, if you don't kill anybody up there and thing, don't make them stay up there. So, bring them come down here, so. Make them serve them time down here, so. Yeah. So, we will take care of them now. Prison is not an infrastructure, you know. Prison is not a structure. Just like our church is not a structure. Because most of our prisoners have a system. Prisoners have JPS, Water Commission, and all the other place them where all we are buying, we are grip with. Prisoner have people that tell you say if you go change a check, you have to pay money for change a check. How much dollars? Almost $100 so for change check. We are all prisoners. Prisoners of the system. Of politicians and preachers, of little boys in the streets with guns. All prisoners. So we have to know that. This is the cutting edge on RFM. I don't know, I tell you, at 20 I was really playing for yesterday. Yes, this is the cutting edge on RFM. Well, I really like somebody call me and tell me if there's a nigga government in the Caribbean that has ever gotten such a beautiful gift as a prison. So I don't know if somebody can really call me and tell me. apparently it appears that this is a wonderful gift, that we can now house those criminal Jamaicans in Jamaica rather than allowing them to stay in England. We don't want our murderers and thieves and women beaters to stay in England. We want them all here. So, can somebody really tell me if any Caribbean island has ever gotten such a wonderful gift to alleviate the problems that surround England and Jamaica? Because it's a deal. It's a deal. It's a transfer deal. See, they are transferring prisoners from one prison to the next. And I guess America might want to build one for us too. Because we have so much criminals, Jamaican criminals in America. Maybe we should lobby the government of America to build a prison here too, so we can have a British prison and an American prison. And then maybe we can have the Canadians too. Because there's a lot of Jamaicans living in Toronto that are criminals who's in prison. So the three main countries that Jamaicans always run to: Canada, America, and Britain. Maybe we could turn the old, where the hotel level up on New Kingston, the name again. No, not Pegasus, man. Sheraton Hotel. Maybe we could turn the Sheraton Hotel into a prison. Why not? It would be nice to have a prison in the center of New Kingston. Like when they have a naked man in front of Emancipation Park and a naked woman. You ever see the children them yet when they reach up at the park? Oh gosh, man, they spend most of the time there. Take out, they can make a selfie. And you know, to them short, you know, to them cat, the man heading up. When they want to take the selfie, you know, them go so. You know which part of the picture them head there? So you never see them out there head. So they be a part of me and say, oh, when someone pick that note and say, take me. Them not tall enough to reach nowhere. So when they hold up the thing so, and I take it to that one place, them head there. Naked man and naked woman stand up out of Emancipation Park. Because that is the idea, you know. Them make you feel say black people didn't move. I tell you. Them start up the thing bad, you know. Them start up the thing bad. You know, say Africa. If you put Africa together and Europe, Africa is the place where you can go see modern man and primitive man, both in him way of dress and in what them call it, him house. You can go to Africa and see how man used to live hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, and you can go to Africa and see man in a modern way. You can see the evolution. You can see the evolution of man in Africa. The first human being was in Africa. And they moved out. So when you study human beings, when they call it anthropology, one of the places where that these anthropologists love to go is in Africa. Because you can get a good understanding of man in an environment, both in the old primitive times and now, in Africa. We're not talking nothing when I go so. And them know it's true too. Why you think all the while them a search for the first man is in Africa, them a dig up. Them find a whole skeleton in South Africa the other day too. It's a terrible thing. How them start up history. And we demean ourselves. And we have to keep repeating the same thing over and over. What I'm an African queen? Me an African, me a Jamaican. And then a man says, so what the difference if you call yourself African or Jamaican? What difference it make? Go and go tell a Jew that. What the difference it make if him can name a Jew or whatsoever I don't want to call him? What go in Walk up on the other side of Flatbush in New York. I'm going to come forward. This is the continent. The time is 12 o'clock.
Ian Muta.
Blessed man.
What, man?
Yeah.
I see that guy, David Cameron,
Mesmerize
come
the people.
to the country of our birth. I and I as Africans from Jamaica, Mandingo and Muta and other Africans in Jamaica, and had the temerity that when he was told that he and his peers today in this time are to pay reparations, money, yes, and other things, to us on behalf of our African ancestors who were enslaved, and this was why the British and other Europeans got rich, that he need to move on, but he's going to give 25 million pounds to build a prison in Jamaica to put Africans in prison in Jamaica, Africans who were doing their time in Britain, in British prisons, should be made to do their times in Britain where they committed the crimes. And some of them are in there innocently also.
To alleviate the burden on the English people then.
Precisely. So it is a win-win situation to make things as cheap as possible, so that they don't have to provide accommodation, which is food, lodging, and so, for crimes or so-called crimes that were not committed in Jamaica. Portia Simpson, Prime Minister Portia Simpson, and the rest of her MPs, etc., and also the GLP, Mandingo, the African, the Gaviite, is saying that conscious Africans in Jamaica and outside of Jamaica must demand that Cameron and other Europeans pay reparations. In 1834, their ancestors who enslaved our ancestors got 20 million as a start, which was 40% of the budget, the annual budget of the British government at the time, which is billions today. Our ancestors got absolutely nothing. My ancestors on my side, I Mandingo, both on my mother and father's side, who were enslaved in the parish of Manchester and in the parish of Clarendon, on coffee plantations, and also on sugar plantations and in other parishes in Jamaica, got absolutely nothing, while the racist devils, and they are not any masters, no European is any master for I and I. These racist evil devils were paid the equivalent of 20 million pounds, and our ancestors were simply thrown off the plantation to fend for themselves. The 25 million pounds that he's saying that he's going to give to build a prison in Jamaica for Africans in Jamaica is adding insult to injury. That 25 million pounds should be used to buy medical equipment for all the hospitals in Jamaica. Africans in Jamaica are dying because the hospitals do not have proper equipment, X-ray and all kind of medicine and that type of thing. That is what the 25 million pounds should go towards. And also towards fixing up the schools in Jamaica. And I hear some of our people talking about it should be used by them to educate us. No European, no non-African can educate us as Africans. Only we, as Marcus Garvey said, can educate ourselves. No one can educate us. Marcus Garvey educated us with the Black Prince solution in the philosophy and opinions of Marcus Garvey. And it is significant that the 12th of October today is now the 1st of October, Thursday, 2015. It is significant that on the 12th of August in 1992, Marcus Garvey Jr., as the President General of his father's organization, the the UNI and ACL, decreed that every 12th of August should be commemorated as African Holocaust Day because of what Europeans have done to our people, because it was on the 12th of October 1492 that racist genocidal murderer Christopher Columbus from Genoa, Italy, along with the Spanish, invaded this part of the world, that part of the world, right? And call it San Salvador. The real name is Guanani. We want Cameron that 25 million. And for years he has been saying that he and his peers didn't do anything. It is his ancestors. Well, Cameron, as I have said constantly, your ancestors did it. You did not do it, but you inherited their wealth. One of your ancestors, Cameron, got some of the payout out of this 20 million. We are here to collect on behalf of our ancestors. Because as Marcus Garvey Jr. said in the 1960s, no statute of limitation runs against genocide. Because you have the racist and radio programs here in Britain and elsewhere talking about, because so people gonna ask the Romans for this and that for that. We are not concerned with the Romans or anybody else. We are Africans. We are concerned with what happened to our race. That is what we are dealing with. And no one is going to detract from what we must get. But I tell you something, you know, Muta, and you know this too. The only time that we as Africans will get reparations is when we implement Marcus Garvey's thing of gaining power militarily, scientifically, politically, and otherwise. That we take reparations. Because history has shown that no group of people, no race of people willingly gives up the power and privileges that they have unless the superior power prevails and takes it from them. And so what we have to do is that we as Africans have to continue to work to implement the Black Prince solution of Marcus Messiah Garvey, the world's greatest African leader. Gave us the Black Prince solution. Because until we have a united power, one army, one navy, one air force, one president, and we're working at home and abroad to force these races to give, because they're not begging. Reparations is not a begging thing. It is something that is due. And of course I expected Cameron and others to be saying, because they don't want to give up the fruits of their...
Yeah, but you know, I know Cameron has said, you know, the people them who was enslaved, the ancestors was enslaved, they might agree with what he must say.
Yeah, but that
people
is
who was enslaved with them ancestors, they might agree with what he must say.
I agree, but hear that. I agree with what you are saying there. But what that goes to show is that there are two types of Africans. There are Africans like those who you have just mentioned, who have been so mentally enslaved that they do things in the interest, not of themselves, but of the interests of the very racist enemies. You and I as Africans, who are conscious Africans, in the vein and in this thought of Marcus Messiah Garvey, we are mentally emancipated. That is the difference. Those who are agreeing with Cameron as Africans are those Africans who are mentally enslaved. And so in this war, as in generation after generation, we always have those within the race who look like us, who fight on behalf of the enemy, physically, mentally, spiritually, and religiously. They are our enemies. We have, in our war, it's a war on two fronts. We have the external enemies of the Arab Muslims and the European Christians and the European atheists. And we also have the internal enemy, which are the Africans in Africa and outside Africa, who look like us, but who fight against us as African people.
Yes, sir. Give thanks, brethren. Give thanks.
Every time, Muta.
Yeah.
And this is why you have to keep on doing
the
show
we're going to
that
keep
you
on
are doing.
Yeah, click it. Right. Oh, you know, why you call him a Chinese? if him never got China yet. And we know why, but we want you to think on it. We want you to think on it. Because you have a whole heap of youth around up and down in a different school, where people say, Chinese people picnic that. Or you identify one child as a Chinese differently from the next child. As a Jamaican. Because black people in a Jamaica can't take the word they will name African. Because them say them never got Africa yet. So if you never got Africa yet, you can't be African. So may I ask them people, how you identify a little youth who never got China yet and call him Chinese? That's the question you must answer. Because when I say you're African, you say you never got Africa yet. So why the hell you call you Chinese and them never got China yet? There's something that is connecting this youth with that massive land that is thousands of miles away in the next part of the world. There's something that you see that connect him to that piece of land. Why you call him a Chinese? The Chinese, a person who related to China. That is who a Chinese is, him related to China. So if I say he's African, I mean say a person who is related to Africa. It's a simple deduction, It's not no NASA thing me I gave for the workout. Because the Chinese in Jamaica we tell you, say, me Jamaican. And we tell you, my Chinese, say, me Chinese. The Jamaican in a Jamaica who say, supposed to be African, say, me a Jamaican, me a no African. The Chinese say, me Jamaican, me Chinese. Think about that one there. So why is it that a group of people in a Jamaica recognize themselves and identify with a land where them four parents come from that is thousands of miles away from this little island and maintain that at any cost to the point where them celebrate things that have nothing to do with Jamaica. Things that have nothing to do with Jamaica, them celebrate it. Them celebrate them Chinese heritage. Them Chinese heritage, them celebrate. When black people in Jamaica celebrate, them celebrate. And them celebrate. And them celebrate. I don't know what the hell them celebrating. Them celebrate Independence Day. Them celebrate Boxing Day. Them celebrate Christmas. Them celebrate Easter. Them celebrate Good Friday. Them celebrate. And nothing that them celebrating identify them with them ancestors. So maybe, because of that disrespect for ancestry, the disrespect come out in what we see happening right now. The disrespect come out like a thief in the night, like a vampire, and suck the blood and go back into the dark shadows when day fall or when day come. So black people refuse them ancestral home, them refuse them ancestral legacy, and them refuse and them refuse themselves. Continuously refusing themselves. So the system set up a plan. The plan where we'll take your children and make them become like one of us and not knowing that them working, slaving, and becoming one of us. We will give them a good indoctrination exercise so that they can come out of school and maintain the same system that has ill-treated, manipulated, destroyed a civilization, their ancestors. Black people have no respect. These slaves that them find themselves in these islands, them do have no respect for them African legacy. Them do have no respect for them ancestor. So if you don't have no respect for your ancestor, you have to have respect for yourself. Because you don't have no confidence in yourself. Marcus Garvey said only twice defeated in the race of life. Incredible. Incredible. Marcus Garvey lived and died and left a legacy, a blueprint for all black people should have really look on themselves, govern themselves, socialize with themselves and all these things. Most black people don't know that. Most black people don't say, well, Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey a long time something. Cameron we are talking about, you know, who give you a gift. Cameron. All black people never even know the name Cameron until now. The man who gave Jamaica a gift of a prison so that we can alleviate the problem in England. The man who will give money to the Caribbean leaders to build and develop themselves. But when it comes to reparation for the atrocities that his foreparents did and his ancestors did, you hear say, that gone a long time. We don't worry about that, man. That have nothing to do with righteous or no. And them going to keep tell black people that too. Say slavery have nothing to do with what happening. So uno irresponsible and uno leaders them. Uno, you tell them keep pumping things to the leaders them. But a man say if the leaders don't move, let them stay because the people lead. The leaders will follow. If the people lead, the leaders will follow. Because we are the ones that we have been waiting for how much years now, who lie in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, where those wooden ships came by day and night and took our ancestors on these ships like sardine, in the blood, the sweat and the tears and the filth, and carry us to these islands and turn us into animals. Because we were not seen as human beings. So now a lot of us don't see ourselves as human beings. So when we interact with each other, we behave like, you know, so I give animal bad name when I say that. When I ever go really relate the actions of human beings to animals. Because right now we see animals behave to animals much better than whole heap how black people behave to black people. And black people now, in having that legacy of colonialism, traveling through space and time, in the DNA of a whole heap of we fail to recognize ourselves There's nobody that going to come save us. We have to save ourselves. There is no minister of religion. There is no parliamentarian. There is no democratical or democratic or republican, whether in the former colonial country or the new colonial country. Them now go save we. We have to go be now self-reliant. Rely upon ourselves. And then a man may ask some motor. We're pissing on the road have to do with itself. It have a whole heap of things to do with it. A man take out him short, and a ratting up the light post with him acidic, wee. And I say, why, that have nothing to do with our view ourselves. Eh? A man take something, a drive in a minivan, and a drink a box of chocolate. Drink, and then throw the box out right on the asphalt road, we clean like a whistle. So the motor there would have to do with nothing. So you don't see nothing wrong with that. Black people have to wake up. That's why a man can come here and say, make we alleviate the problem in England and help you with some prison. That you can take them prisoners them have to stay in England. Why the prison shouldn't stay in England? They know them take we from Yasso and carry come over Yasso. Them take we from this and carry come over Yasso. And say we are Commonwealth. Oh, we are Commonwealth country and we have a visa to go to them country. And we is part of the Commonwealth. What is the purpose of being a member of the Commonwealth? What part of the wealth we don't understand? Cutting edge.
Yep, yeah, Muta.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man. The situation kind of get me a bit upset too. The whole idea of somebody giving you a gift, and it's a prison they might give you.
To help to alleviate the problems in England.
Yeah, you know. And when you look at our situation, there's far more that you can give to us if you really want to help us than a prison. You know what I mean? And so you wonder, what is it that would have been going through the minds of the people who are supposed to be leading the country? Why they would accept something like this? You know? And it is often said, when you come across people who are supposed to know better, who do some things, not take it lightly, there's something else behind all of what is happening. Because when you get down to it, them just appeal off some things from we. Because I hear a newscast today which has speak to the fact that the 25 million is just about 40% of the cost of building the prison. And we have to go find the rest of money.
And that them say?
Yeah, man, that me a newscast.
The 25 million pound is just a part?
A part of the money must be 40% of what you're going to
well, you know, we want to say I'm going to spend almost $5 billion for build prison, for renovate the whole prison. When name? Peter the Divine.
As them things unfold, you realize that there's far more to it than what you think.
Yeah, man. Watch a man. The man is sit down already, you know. Which when them tell you is when them don't come to conclusion already. Them not ask, you know.
True.
So when we are here now, it's something with them sit down and plan long time.
Yeah. But me I'm a liar still. But me I wonder if I commit a crime in another country, how you put me in prison in another country? Well, me come from Jamaica.
Yeah, you commit a crime in America.
In America, England.
Or you put me in a
and
prison.
you deport me.
Yeah, in your country where you come,
when you come back to Jamaica, me in a prison. I mean, I commit no crime in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Some I don't know, maybe you can use
because you're supposed to be a prisoner in the prison country where you commit the crime. That's the way I say.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, maybe you can use your high office tomorrow on the program.
Yes, it's a good thing. If you investigate that, yes, if you can be a prisoner in a country, you never commit no crime.
Yeah, that not sound right to me neither.
Unless they're going to make the prison like the embassy, where is the ground of the British. Yeah, I mean, because you know, the embassy is the style of the country where it represents, you know. When you step in at the embassy, you know, it's American embassy, it's America, you're there, you know.
Well, true. Yeah.
So maybe they're never going to make the prison now and say, you could have to have visa to go in there, to go visit nobody. I don't know. It come like madness to me.
Yeah, man, me find it very,
but I ever ask somebody still, I go ask a liar if can you be a prisoner in a country where he's not a criminal.
You know what I mean? Me find it very offensive, man. Very, very offensive. How you take a gift like that when we have so much problem in Jamaica?
Well, it's going to alleviate crime. But I laugh every time. No, they don't let them separate it.
No, we don't see it that way. We don't see it that way. And the man them skillfully attack on certain things too.
And it makes what you are saying also like you're idiot, you don't know what you are saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it can't work so. It can't work so. And a full time wise up, man.
But I mean, I tell you,
a full time wise up.
I tell you, Marcus Garvey get frustrated with Jamaica and left and said Jamaica is a ridiculous place.
Yeah.
So,
but when you look on it, you know, and it's a simple way I look on it, you know. In a 2015, the slave master come back and make a prison for you.
I tell you.
You know what I mean?
To help you to enslave your own people them.
Man.
So in other words, no, you know, him now physically take you and go put you in a prison, no, you know. If I make you help to put yourself in a prison.
All right. Is that I mean?
You call that the reverse psychology. You know, me have a story. You know, not just talk about that. Me have a story from Ghana about Brother Nancy. The first time Brother Nancy get tricked is when him say him not play no trick. You think a joke, me a beg. You think the people they be like God and all listen cutting. Listen to Reparations. The people they say, I come ask me that we Brother Nancy originate from Chile and they're Santi Kingdom, you know.
Yeah man, we know that.
You know about Brother Tukuma?
Yeah man.
Brother Tukuma trick Brother Nancy, you know. And keep telling Brother Nancy say, I kid you not. I have the story in my head all the way from God. And I say, I wonder if my boy, what's name? Crawford.
Yes.
I wonder if Crawford come out of that jeans. That Brother Nancy jeans. Or Brother Tukuma jeans. That he could repeat but the same thing.
Yeah.
When the man them tell me in a Ghana. So the first time Brother Nancy get tricked is when Brother Tukuma say, you think say me that trick you? You think say me that tell you if me a trick you? And I trick him, I trick you. I go write it down. You know, so I should have make the brethren write down the story and tell me, you know, believe you me. And some chicken business, you know, where Brother, no, I remember it. Trust me, I remember it. I remember it tomorrow. About this trick. But I remember it. The people them and listen to stepping razors. Just me.
Give thanks, you know.
All right,
let's find a man to talk about that thing tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. The liar. Yeah, man. Yeah, all right.
Cool.
You know, say, I'm going to remember that, brother. That's the story there. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to remember that, brother. That's the story there, though. Yes. I mean, I tell you, the people them listen to the program them in Africa there, you know. Yeah, man. But it's amazing that I talk about this thing and the youth them say, well, I want to tell you a story about Brother Nancy. The first time Brother Nancy get tricked. It's because a man tell him, say, I trick him, and I say, you think more that trick him, but he more that tell him, say, I trick him, I trick you. And the man tell him, say, I trick him, you know. But true, the man keep repeating, say, Brother Tukuma keep saying, so Brother Nancy, you think say me that trick you? Mother tell you, say, me I trick you. That time I trick you. That time I trick Brother Nancy. Brother, you know, so Brother Nancy that trick people. But listen, according to them, We are telling the story. This is one of the first time Brother Nancy go get tricked by Brother Tukuma. Because Brother Nancy always have tricked Brother Tukuma. Then we hear that. So, I can remember the exact story. Because a chicken and some chicken thing until man must pass. Every time he pass, I want a chicken missing. And when the chicken them come back, him tell Brother Nancy say, you know, say, Brother Nancy, you know, say somebody thief the chicken them, sir. And Brother Nancy say, I trick my man. And then him say, you think, say, I tell you, sir, if I trick you, sir. That time I jam out the chicken them one, you know. I sell the chicken them one to the people. But I tell Brother Nancy at the top, you know. If I tell Brother Nancy at the top, you know. And Brother Nancy said, no, him couldn't so bright. Try to do that and I tell me. And him say, what you think, say, but I check it. I remember the story. By cook, I remember that story there. All right, which part was it, though? Oh, we're there, so. All right, we're there, so, yes. Step,
hello?
Continent.
Yes, Muta, greeting.
You're blessed, man.
Yeah, man. Boy, I would if things are going, boy, we need to solve some of the problem. But here, what no.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we just the one side, and we are comment and we attack some things. And we don't see the real effect. People have power, you know.
Mm.
People have power. But it's only when you unite you can get that.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think we should I do now, as apart from talking, what do you think we should I do?
I think the media need to set up a forum whereby people can petition. You see the great work where Sister Elise and IRFM and a whole do with the Little Duns River thing. We need a bigger scope of that to draw more people.
We should look at Duns River. Oh, you mean Cabo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So we need to extend that kind of vibe there so we can.
Wait. Which link you don't remember? Yeah. All right, I remember now. Yeah.
Remember then it one.
Yeah. Remember. Yeah.
So it just go for show how powerful people can be if we unite and work with one.
Work together. Yeah.
Because
so what we should have petition about? Tell me what we should have petition about.
Well, right now, you know, Muta, we have a problem with all this, the governance of the country running a whole, because the people them come to you when election time come and tell you to vote for them. And when them to make certain decisions we're going to affect you, them not come back to you.
No, they make it and then tell you.
It and then tell you whether it suits you or not. Right? You know, me have an issue where it's a serious issue. Because me can't believe a government sit down in the office, brethren, and I listen to a prime minister from England come tell you, he might go cut for him expenditure by £10 million. Just to send back the prisoner them where him have we commit the crime in a film country and send it back on you and you for responsibility.
And what not done with that? I can't I just hear the brother say a while ago. He might give you money for build part of the prison.
Just 40%.
Yeah, and you must find the rest to build that prison there. Because it's going to help to alleviate crime in your country. And then
the biggest part of the story is that me hear the man in my defense say it got benefit Jamaica somehow. Listen to me, man. If we have a problem with crime in a full country, we should try to do something to elevate the youth so we have less crime.
Rehabilitation for the prisoners them in a prison.
Go for sure, so you create more criminals then.
You know, that's why you build prison, because you anticipate criminals.
Right.
Yeah.
And you remember in a Lucky Dewey song, Lucky say, boy, they don't build schools anymore. All they build is prison.
Them not build no hospital.
No hospital.
The hospital is in a shambles in Jamaica, the health sector.
I want to tell you something, Muta. You better, let me tell you something. You say, some poor people we can hardly find them dinner. Them better just pray if you don't get sick. Because when you go to the doctor and he send you go do the blood test first, and then the X-ray, and then all the rest are test them. But me I listened to the health minister last night, and the health minister say, if you diagnose with breast cancer, one single treatment costs over $3 million. You can imagine?
One treatment.
One treatment.
Now that means you're dead, you dead, right? That's all.
Right, that's you're dead, man.
Yeah, man.
Right, that's you're dead.
$3
million you talk about. You know how much people work all in lifetime and don't have $3 million savings.
Oh, gosh, man.
Me tell you. Right? But you see, a lot of things, you know. You see, until we can make our people realize, we are not no JLP nor no PNP. We need to deal with the issues at hand. Right? But people politicize themselves to a point where they tell themselves, hey, it's such a trick. The church and state business is such a trick that gets black people right off them yard. And no matter what you tell them, then just learn. Imagine, a man come now and I tell you, boy, if you do good, you're going to die and go to heaven. If you do bad, you're going to die and go to hell. You know them describe hell. Hell is a place where you're going to cast in a lake of fire where you continually burn. And the people now have the knowledge to look and say, but we still have everlasting life, so no matter whether we go heaven or hell.
Because your flesh, but not only that, your flesh can't burn everlasting. Your flesh going without and dead and gone and match up on ashes. It's foolishness. Your flesh cannot take it. As a matter of fact, it does disintegrate if certain eat. So Papa, where hellfire is, your body are going to disintegrate.
Yeah.
And become one with the fire. Some don't know how that's going to work.
Then I say. So, you know, the teachings and the people just not stop with it. You know, one of the crazy things, me always I think that knowledge is a thing that continues.
Yeah.
But some people just lack after them at certain point and say, I'm going no more.
Them not evolve.
Yeah.
Them not evolve in a consciousness. Them not evolve or evolve in a consciousness.
And if somebody come and tell you something, you know, try to evaluate what them I tell you and see if it could have got so far.
Yeah.
Oh, but this not sound right. It's good. This not sound right.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
all know, people still, a lot of still the history of slavery. And them not accept the fact that this whole Christianity thing was placed upon us from during slavery.
But that was part of the whole thing. That all them keep in subjugation.
Yeah.
Slaves be obedient to your master.
In order them to master the wealth and tell you, listen, you don't even need no house, man. Your house is in heaven, man. When you reach there, you will be happy, man.
I don't want to be rich. I just want to have enough.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Anyway, give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, my brother.
Sir. May I tell you? Who did this to us that we now accept it as part of the reality? That is where Paul's surname is. Where John's surname is. Where Mary's surname is. Where Isaac's surname is. Where Noah's surname is. It's only one man I can remember in the Bible that people put two names on. You can say Paul of something, you know, or John of that, you know. Like John the Baptist. John the Baptist, I know him for a second name, you know. Him take part in a baptisms, so him call him John the Baptizer. So you have Baptist church based off of baptism. But John never have no surname named the Baptist. You know, I don't remember, I cannot recall anybody in the Bible that have a surname. Somebody can call me and remind me. Like Julius Caesar is a Caesar. Him named Julius Caesar. Caesar is not his surname. Caesar is the title. Like Ramesses, the Pharaoh. Pharaoh is not him surname. Pharaoh is the title, the position where him hold him was a Pharaoh. You understand? But now when you come into the Christian life, now you get first name, what them call the first name is your Christian name. And the second name identify you with the person, your father. You understand? Now in Africa now, your name identify you with either the time when you was born, the day when you was born, how your parents view you, how your parents want you to, what your parents want you to be. So them call you based up off of that. You understand? So you have like Kwashi is Sunday, and you have Kofi is Friday, and you have Kwame is Saturday in the language. But when we get it now, in Africa, when you tell a man, say, like for instance, Kwame and Nkrumah, you can't tell which day I'm born. Yes. I saw it go in Africa, you know. You identify the day, you identify maybe the place, you identify the feelings of the mother, the feelings of the parents, how the parents would have liked the brother, the son or the daughter to grow up. So thus you call them that name. Black people in the West, I know them look on television and see Kim Kardashian and them say, "Well, call me pick Kim, you know." Them look on television and say, some idiot run up and down on television and them say, "Well, pick Kim, you know." Them look on television and say, some idiot run up and down on television and them say, "Boy, I will call myself, call my daughter or my son Rambo. George or Rambo George." Understand? It have no significance. No man come now and say, Jesus Christ. And right away, you can't tell Jamaican people say, Christ is not a name for an individual. Just like our Messiah is not a name for an individual. Because I want to say, Muta a madman, you can't listen to that boy there. A pure fool to him talk. So now them have Jesus Christus, and now them have Jesus Christ. Wow. The logics, they know a man no vision something and says a real thing, and me can't tell him nothing. Me never tell him same vision now, so him vision, that's how him go. But when you start to project your vision now, pan people as a reality, then now is a problem. Is that me I talk about with people with them belief, you know, or with them dopey story. Man, I tell you about dopey story, I say, boy, yeah, them in a dream, a mama, man. And she sit down right this over there, so in the same clothes that she did, you know. That time that they close a rotten long time, and match up wrong time, and worm them up that they close a long time, you know. And then they still I tell you about, say, yeah, man, my granny come to me last night, you know, she had the same blue dress that she did 50 years ago. Me I say that cloth there, or some serious cloth that. Some serious cloth that if she gone on and eat the ground, after 50 years when she come out of the grave and come look on you, she have all the same clothes. And look the same way. Yeah, man, remember the little spot that she had on her jaw? Me still see it on her jaw, you know. And my granny talk to me. And no care what you do, him can't present him granny when you there. Can't present her when you there. And I make people say, yes, you think I lie, me I tell. Me see, of course, him see him granny. I'm see him granny. I mean, I ask him not see him granny. But to make it become factual and logical and rational, make me see him granny too. Yes. Because my mother just passed away the other day. Oh, me I dream my mother before she dead. Me know that my mother did somewhere, and me no think that my mother come to me. She will get up and walk from which part where they put her and come on in my dream of foolishness. And my mind at work. My mind at work. And me I tell you, sometimes you dream something, you know, you well want to wake up and can't wake up, you know. Yeah, man. And sometimes you dream something, you know, and you want to go back to the dream, you know. Like while Brian, all him can do a dream about girls.
What do you mean?
That's all him dream about, him never experienced one yet. You understand? So when him a dream about girls, I never experienced one yet. In a female mind, it's real, you know. It's real. When him go home, him do all that thing. You know, you ever hear about the man where? No, me I tell you right. You have this man, you know. He strip himself naked. And go in front of the glass, you know. And I look at him till I get an erection, you know. Yeah. And you that, you know. No. Anyway, why I say that is to say this, that people mind, your mind is the most powerful thing, you know. That's why them attack with mind, you know. That's why the man say, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. And is that really a go on? So I want a man then who call me for him to go back and say, no, find out if what I say, if it's vision, I did have vision it, or it's facts, or if him can't find it out too. Because I can't find out about film vision. Film vision have film thing. Why I tell him about something is not where everybody supposed to find out that there's no Y. In the alphabet 500 years ago, 600 years ago, there was no Y. Sorry, there was no J in the alphabet 600 years ago. It's the last letter to put in the alphabet. So there was no man. When you translate him name from Yahshua, him name Jesus, it's translate them and translate the Greek Jesus Christus to Jesus Christ. Because Yahshua translated is Joshua. It's just right going on. Like a man said Jah. The word is not Jah, you know, it's Yah. You understand? In the Hebrew context, the word is not J-A-H, you know, the word is Y-A-H. It's not Jehovah, you know. It's Yehovah, Yahweh. But through them don't want to call the word after them say Elohim, so them don't call that word there. But when a man said Jah, he might use the abbreviation where white people give him. So him said Jah, because he might read in the Bible in Psalm 68, and it says, exalt him that rise up as the wind as Jah. But in the Hebrew context, there's no Jah. It's Yah. Y-A-H, Yah. Because there's no J in a Hebrew. And me no vision that. Me no vision that. Me know about that too. Me go find out that. Me take up the Hebrew thing. Me don't know Hebrew language. But me go find out as much as where me want to find out. So what you know. White people put things there and make it become real. After a portion of time, it become so real that you can't go against it. Even if you know better or you know different, you can't go against it. We give thanks for me hungry. You know, say, about 20 hours what I flying me do between Tuesday, I will left Tuesday and last night, 20 hours. I feel like a bird. I feel like we go stand up on top of the house top and jump off. I reach where I go, where I tell you. And I feel like a jet lag I reach, I glance at 2 o'clock. It's the first time I glance at 2 o'clock. So I feel like Brian, we glance at 2 o'clock. Yeah, man. I give thanks to the moment, give thanks to the time, give thanks to the energy. My brethren inside us for a long time, not see me. No, I was last week, him not see me. Where am there? Him still behind me there? Where am there? What am sir? You ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. See me, I take up your time. 1 minute gone over your time. Wake up, man. Go on home. Go on. That's time for go home, you know. You there, say. You know, usually pack up your things that are gone.
I'm here till 6.
Oh, at 6 you work till?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Him no want an engineer. We have to wait till 6.
I'm work out done.
The coach still out there?
Yeah.
So that's how them treat my engineer, sir. Them can't treat my engineer them way there. When you don't work with me, you still go to coach till 6 o'clock to go work with Rene. And Rene you go work with?
No, man, I go no, man. I don't, man.
Joke can't make what true you talk, but that true sound bad no why no man, you turn Crawford for me now. You trick me, but you tell me the truth and I go like you trick me, I don't really tell the truth, you trick me. Anyway, I God. We are going through with a tune now.